So let me ask you, as being a minister, right?
Right. Mm.
How can you be a minister but still love hip hop so much?
Man, yeah, it's just, look, it's rough.
Right.
I don't love these bros. Look, I'm a fan of hip hop. I was a teen father. Mm-hmm. It started before hip hop. Mm-hmm. How could I be a preacher and get a woman pregnant?
Right.
I was 18, she was 26.
Right.
Yes, those hidden skills are amazing. So got her pregnant. I ain't saying it was a shotgun wedding, but a revolver was in the room.
Right.
So we got married and then divorced, right? So I had a son. I'm 18 years old with a baby. I got to teach him. I got to listen to the music he's listening to. After Police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown and not the other color. So police think they have the authority to kill a minority. I got to I was blasting it out. I was a seminary professor in Harvard blasting after Police. So you can tell I'm irreverent Michael Eric Dyson, right? I've never been on the side of black religion that is so observant of protocol that it undercuts the ability to be redemptive or transformative. I believe black people who believe in God know the frailty of our humanity, are more intimately acquainted with our own sin, which is why we should forgive others their sins. An old preacher told me once, he said, young man, it's easy for a young preacher to damn the, humanity on the heap pile of sin. He said, but the older I get, the more I learn that you got to offer forgiveness. He said, and give grace. And maybe because I need more of it myself. Mm-hmm. So as I've evolved, I've learned that we need grace. But hip hop has been an extraordinary extension of some of the prophetic traditions of the black church. Mm-hmm. That the black church used to talk about social injustice, racial inequality. When Jay says, Bin Laden been happening in Manhattan, back then police was Al-Qaeda to black men, right? I felt that, I heard that, right? When Nas, it's only right that I was born to use mics, and the stuff that I write, it's even tougher than dice. I'm taking rapping to a new plateau through Rap Slow. I felt that, right? I felt KRS-One. And how many seconds a philosopher will begin to speak, right? So I felt that they, at their best, represented the powerful expression of black struggle for social justice. And in the beginning, I know Fat Joe took a lot of heat on this, black and Latino culture produced hip hop at its very roots and beginnings, right? All kind of scholarship is done about this. This is why I think it's important, again, for Kanye and other people, talk to scholars. There are a lot of scholars out here who love hip hop. There are a lot of intelligent black people with PhDs, and I'm not saying that all intelligent people have to have PhDs, because Jay-Z is one of the greatest geniuses I ever met and didn't graduate high school. Nas went to 8th grade, Lil Wayne, and I can go on and on and on. But those are outliers. The rest of y'all outlying. And what y'all need to do... Okay, come on. Respect these jokes up in here. Respect these jokes. Respect these jokes up in here. So the thing is, though, is that let's not undervalue education, not schooling. Schooling is the institutional matrix that receives the impulse to learn. Education means I'm curious about the world in which I live, and I'm going to read and dig deep and think. And I think, again, for Kanye, there are so many brilliant black people out here. Why is it that black people have our entertainers as our spokespeople? Because of white supremacy. Because they only allowed entertainers and athletes to represent us. Hey, we like them. We like the Jackie Robinsons. We like not so much Jack Johnsons. We like the Joe Lewises. We like the, Louis Armstrongs. We like the Pearl Baileys. We like the Ella Fitzgeralds. So they were allowed into spaces that we couldn't get into. So as a result of that, white supremacy mandated our spokesmen and women be celebrities who had received the kind of imprimatur of acceptance by white folk. So ain't nobody looking toward Miley Cyrus to be a spokespeople for young white folk. Britney Spears, for surely not. But the point is, we got young people who don't know a damn thing about history. And look, I love hip hop, and I'm gonna answer that. But if you don't know what in the hell you talking about, be quiet. The great philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein said, whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent. In other words, shut your damn mouth if you don't know what you talking about. And when they come to ask you what's going on, say, let me get back to you, because I'm going to go call somebody who I know on speed dial and get their insight so they can help us out.